Do I think the A's will have a deep playoff run this year? Certainly hope so. I think it's been less than encouraging from mid-June until basically even the last week. Now, they have won 4 out of 5. So maybe this is the start of the turnaround. I think a lot of times you don't realize when you're starting to fall in the hole, and you don't necessarily instantly notice when you're climbing out of it. It just happens that you're in it, and all of a sudden it happens that you're out of it. I think the injection of the 4 new players, Chafin out of the bullpen, with Marte and Harrison and Gomes off the plane and in the lineup, and Gomes had a 2-hit game, 3 RBI game the other day, and Harrison turned 2 double plays at second base, and Starling Marte stole 3 bases and got 3 hits in a game. First guy to do that since Coco in 2011. So, small sample size, and I know these guys are trying to make a good impression. I also know they're a bit nervous. Like they've got butterflies trying to, do right by their brand new team. And that's great. Maybe it'll help them, get that extra boost. But I got to say, before the deadline, if they didn't do anything, I still would have been fine with their group. But how can you not like all of the small little additions that were made? And I realize it's not a Joey Gallo coming to your team. It's not a Bryce Harper coming to your team or a Baez. These were little things that the A's needed, and they didn't have to basically mortgage the entire farm. I know Luzardo was given up, and Dykman and a couple other notable prospect names, no doubt. But prospects are prospects. And Luzardo is Luzardo. Luzardo's not a prospect. But to not have to part ways with a single major league player and to get 4 quality guys like that for the specific needs that you had in return, I would love to see a graph of what the playoff odds were for the team. And I know they only rely on wins and losses and how the team does. But realistically, if there was a way to compute kind of the momentum that they have and they gained from that and that they should have down the stretch in the final, 50-something games, there should be a pretty big spike in that graph. All right, let's see what else is here. Which player were you very excited for upon arrival to Oakland? For me, it was 2014 when Samardzija came over for the playoff push. Well, and some would say Lester, too. That deal with Cespedes, man, that was huge. That one came out of nowhere. It's so Chafin is probably going to pitch every other day. And that's great. And I love what I've seen so far. And Harrison is probably going to play a lot every day yet. I don't know. Yan Gomes, after his debut, I don't know how he doesn't play again pretty soon. Keep that hot bat rolling. But Starling Marte, for me, is the player who you're pretty sure is going to be in there every single game and high up in the lineup. So I think if you're asking me, which one are my eyes focused on the most, this is kind of an unfair question. Like I just said, they all add something to your team that's an intangible. That's the reason you went out and got them. But like I said, looking at Marte and the amount that he will likely play the most and contribute to games directly the most, clearly I'm interested in seeing what he does.